Back to Lebanon Channel 6, and we have Mike Gaylord on the couch with Vicky Tappy. That didn't sound right. Mike, welcome to Lebanon, Ohio.
No complaints here.
That's right, absolutely not. Mike is a host of Everything Classic?
Yes.
Everything Classic, a syndicated talk show centered on antiques. But your background starts in radio well before that.
Well, I've been around that for a long time, as you have been, and I can tell you're a pro, ad-libbing a commercial there for Pulte. But, you know, we've been in it since we were 17.
Yeah.
But the Antique and Collectible show that we do is much like Antiques Roadshow on TV. It's the same thing, it's only radio.
And
we're not connected to
them.
them.
Use your imagination.
That's right. And it's a live call-in show. It isn't taped. People call in their treasures, and we give them a value and give them a little history about them. And
is that a lot tougher to do that you can't see it, or can they fax it to you? Or
well, we trust that they're being honest with us. We ask a lot of questions. They give us the answers, and if they're telling us the truth, we give them a value based on the fact that they're telling us the truth. And we find out later that some of the people want to bring the items to an appraisal fair, which we'll be doing here in the area, and we'll talk about that. We're excited about it. And they'll bring them in, and 9 times out of 10, they've been very honest about it, and the amount of the appraisal stays the same.
You just go on the goodness of people. That most
That's
people are going to do it right. Mike has got a show. You will be syndicated in Cincinnati soon. Where?
Well, really, we've already got it rolling. Here's what's happening. We decided last year to finally take the show on the road.
Right.
So we added some Michigan stations. We are out of Michigan. Right. And then we added Lexington, Kentucky. Right. And then we added Real Talk 1160 in Cincinnati. So we are live every Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m.
Well, great.
On 1160.
Okay, well, that'll be fun to catch. Mike is coming to Warren County, the History Center, on August the 12th. And we'll be in Warren County for the entire weekend. So that's going to be a busy weekend. What will be happening at the History Center? Vicki, tell us. What's going on there?
We're going to use the conference center.
Okay.
The old post office.
The old post office.
Yes.
Okay.
And it'll be open from noon until 4 for free appraisals. Mike will be there. Okay. You can bring your items in, and he'll give you an appraisal of it, and it's free.
Now, how do your appraisal fairs work? Do folks need to sign up in advance? Do they need to pre-register, or how's it work?
Well, this is the first time we're doing one on a day in which we're not broadcasting live beforehand. Right. So we're doing a Friday noon to 4 at the Banquet Center Conference Hall and the post office. And so people will come in. They can come in anytime, probably beginning around 9 o'clock in the morning, and start signing in. We'll have a sign-in sheet, and they sign in, and we take them in the order that they come. And though it's supposed to be a 4-hour event, we hope it's so packed that we have to stay there till 6 or 7 o'clock at night.
You know what's coming for me. Do you know what you've created here? You're going to have, I mean, Lebanon is really a great area for this. Do you anticipate a huge crowd?
I hope so.
Yeah. That would be terrific. So the appraisal hours on the 12th are set at?
Noon to 4.
Noon to 4.
And then we're going to move up to Waynesville on Saturday morning and broadcast live from the Brass Lantern Antique Shop. Okay. Then we'll sit right next door in the gazebo, right outdoors, and we'll appraise all day long. And again, we will stay till 8 o'clock at night. As long as there's somebody in line, we will make sure that everybody is taken care of.
Then you're going to go back to the Golden Lamb on
really
Sunday
excited.
the 14th?
Yes,
Have you been to the Golden Lamb before?
Well, yes, I have.
Okay.
And been to the area. My son lives in Cincinnati, actually in Liberty Township. Okay. And so we get to come down often anyway. So yes, we've been to Lebanon. I've taken the train to the orchards and enjoyed eating at the Golden Lamb. Never stayed. This time we're going to stay 2 nights. And,
great. You're going to see great antiques in there.
Well, I spent 2 hours today.
Well, never mind.
Bill took me through and showed me many of the items, and of course my mind is boggled by it.
They have one of the best shaker collections anywhere, I think.
There's a couple pieces in there that I looked at that I could appraise right off the bat at over $100,000. Just one piece of shaker furniture.
Oh, yeah.
Vicky's going, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Over $100,000. Do not tell them where they are. We'll just
well, they'd have a problem lugging this piece off.
Oh, okay. It's pretty big. Does that have anything to do with the bed?
Actually,
in the Lincoln bedroom?
No, it's the shaker stuff.
Oh, it's the shaker stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
And this particular piece happens to be what they call a baker's table, but it's a huge baker's table. And one of the things I thought was, and I'm not sure there's a connection yet. I've done quite a bit of research already ahead of time, but it seems funny to me that most of the shaker furniture was built in New Lebanon, New York.
Okay.
And then here's Lebanon in the picture again.
Right.
And I don't know that Lebanon came from the name in New York or not.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to do that homework.
That's interesting. Has that been brought up before, Vicki?
Oh, they called us Lebanon because of the cedar trees.
Yeah.
You know, the wild cedars, which are really a juniper.
The cedars of Lebanon.
Cedars of Lebanon, and that's how we got the name. And when the Shakers came here and we were Lebanon, it was called Water Velite there. Sorry.
All right.
She's bringing us up to date.
Well, I love this. I won't do any more research. I'll just talk to Vicki. But,
you know what? I've always deferred to her. I usually go right to her because I get into that too. What's the biggest mistake made by people who have antiques but don't know what they have? I mean,
they put them in a garage sale for $10.
Oh, yes.
We have 1,000,001 stories. I'd like to share one quick one with you. I had a caller to the show one day, and she said, "You always say, call your show before we have a garage sale." I said, "Yes, I appreciate that." And I could tell that she was elderly by her voice. And I said, "So what do you have?" And she described the item. And I said, "You were going to put it in a garage sale for how much?" She said, $10. And I said, "Would you sit down?" She said, "Sit down?" And I said, "Yes, I'm being quite serious. Would you sit down for a moment?" She says, "I'm sitting down." And I said, "The item you were going to sell for $10 is worth $4,000. She started to cry.
Really?
And you've been in radio.
Yeah.
If you have a poignant story, I had to turn the mic off.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got tears in my eyes for a second.
It'll
I
get you.
gathered myself, came back on the air, asked her if there were family members that I could talk to. So we talked to her family. We could tell that she needed money.
Right.
And so the next day we called a dealer and said, "Don't ask, you're paying $4,000. Here's the item." He paid $4,000.
Really?
And we got the nicest letter. So
I guess.
the biggest mistake people make is they rush to judgment.
Yeah.
Even with coins today,
Yeah.
people will run out and have coins melted down for the silver value.
Right.
And then call me and say, "Did I do the right thing? You should have called me before, because that
you automatically did the wrong thing."
That 1880 coin turns out to be worth $5,000 as a coin, and they got $28 for the silver. So that's where the mistakes are.
Are there any restrictions as to what you'll look at during this fair?
Absolutely not.
If they can carry it.
If they can carry it.
Don't come in with a truck.
Well, you know what's happened many times, and it could happen here because of the interest in furniture, is people will say, "I got it out in the truck. Can you come outside and look at it?" We've done that. If we can accommodate them, we'll
I
do.
don't know if you should have said that.
Uh-oh.
You don't know
I
these people
here
around.
comes
kind of went through my
comes
mind.
a truck.
What is cost of admission for this?
Zero.
Zero.
It's free.
You guys just keep doing things like
Except
this.
for Sunday. Now, you know,
Sunday's
you started with a question on Sunday, and then
Yes.
I went in a different direction.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I apologize. We're really excited about this. It's a new twist.
This is the one at the Golden Lamb.
This is at the Golden Lamb on Sunday.
So
and
cool.
We've only got a minute.
I'm going to hurry.
Okay.
It's a luncheon.
Right.
And people will pay $25 to be part of it. But we're going to do a seminar starting at noon. Then we're going to have a drawing of all the people who bring antiques. We're going to draw 10 names, kind of a lotto.
Right.
And they get a free antique appraisal.
Right.
And they enjoy lunch while I'll be broadcasting right into the room.
Oh, that's
live
great.
on 1160 from 1 to 2 p.m. And then after, I'm going to do the appraisals for the 10 winners.
You need reservations for that.
Yes.
So call.
And it's limited.
Okay, very limited.
5065.
Oh, call the Golden Lamb.
Yeah, 932-5065.
5065, 932-5065. Call the Golden Lamb for that. That will fill up very quickly.
Yeah, it's limited to 50.
Yeah, okay. Mike, I hope you break a leg.
Well, we're hoping to.
Is that what you're supposed to say?
Exactly. It's showbiz. And thank you very much for having us on the show, and thanks to your sponsors, because I know we got to have sponsors to make these things happen.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
We hope to see you over there. Bring a couple items. We'll appraise them.
I would love to. Yeah.
Somebody told me you were.
No, I'm just
Somebody
kidding.
told me you were an antique, and they said, "What's he worth?" I said, "Priceless."
Thank you.
So I'm going to get extra plug for
antique. And my wife will cry when she hears that. We're going to come back with our the community calendar right after this. Stay with us.